What's up, YouTube? For today's video, we've been full Sandshrew Evolution team. Today we got Sandshrew Sandslash, we got Sandshrew Alola, and we got Sandslash Alola. So this is kind of interesting. We got both evolutions in the forms, which is really cool. I'll just be using all four today on this team. I didn't feel like doing a double up of each one of them. They do share a quite bad number of weaknesses, which made things pretty difficult, but I've got some interesting battles. If you want to check me out on Twitch, people, this is where I do all my battles, theme teams, Pokemon sweeps, that sort of stuff. Links in the description. Let's get into all three battles. So we got our first battle here. This is against Cop Myced, and we got a 4 versus 6. This is actually a pretty interesting team. I wonder if you can guess it. So the first Pokemon here is going to be Drifblim. Drifblim's looking very nice, shiny, nice and yellow. Now, I've got my Sandshrew as my first Pokemon. We've got this one as a Sandstorm, Sandtomb, Toxic, and Rest set. And I've got the ability as Sandveil. So I want to make use of all the abilities that these Pokemon can actually get. I've got the item Everlight, and I've got... It's quite funny with the item Everlight. Like, I do a lot of these evolution teams lately, and they've been on BDSP, and it's sort of nice to have that item back. So what I've been doing is doing, like, one on Gen 4 BDSP and one on Sword and Shield. So in this case, I really couldn't do a lot to Drifblim, so I just poisoned it and swapped out. The EV spread on that as well was Max Health and Max Special Defense Sassy Nature. So next Pokemon to come... Oh, look, it's also a Sandshrew. So we got Sandshrew Alola for this, and we got the Snow Cloak set. So both of the Sandshrews are based around evasion, scummy evasion, and we had a Will-O-Wisp from the Drifblim, which is interesting. So this has got Hail, Seismic Toss, Leech Life, and Substitute. I've got Max Health, and I've also got Max Special Defense. So exactly the same EV spreads on both of these. So we got an astonishing Drifblim, and unfortunately it's going to freeze me. But the thing about it didn't really do a lot of damage with that, and Toxic's sort of doing more damage than, Astonish is going to do to me. So I have no problem staying with this matchup because the Drifblim's going to faint. So now we got the Drifblim swapping out, and we got the... Darumaka swapping in here. So I'm going to set the Hail up. I'm very, very scared. I'm very, very scared of this. Let's be real here. And a Hustle Ember's going to take me out. So I'm going to get a little bit of, damage there from the Hail, which is nice. And I'm still burned, which is okay. What I want to do is set that, maybe the Seismic Toss and a little bit of, maybe Leech Life damage going on something else. But I feel like I'll mostly be using Seismic Toss. Unfortunately, the Darumaka is going to set up the Sunny Day and get rid of my Hail, so I won't be able to have the Snow Cloak, which is bad. So let's be real, even without a Sunny Day up, this thing's going to destroy me. So now it's going to go for a Flare Blitz here. I'm wondering if it is a Hustle set, because if it is, I'll definitely have a good chance of, the move actually missing under Hail. That's if I can get the Hail to actually be up when the Darumaka is actually, attacking me. So setting up the Hail again there, the Soldier's falling, and I'm going to get some more damage on the Darumaka. And, I just don't want to get hit by anything at this stage. I can't really go for a Substitute either, and I can't really make use of Leech Life because it's a Fire-type Pokemon. Normally, I'd try and set the Substitute up, then go for Leech Life to get a bit of, health back there. Maybe for another Substitute while the Hail wears off. And spam Seismic Toss. That's the whole thing that's set. So now we're going to go for Seismic Toss. I've sort of just accepted that I'll not be able to get the Hail up, because every time I set the Hail up, Sunny Day gets set up. So it's like Weather Wars, and I'm constantly dying to burn. So now the Darumaka is going to go fling. It's going to fling a Raw Sparrow. Like, what? And the Raw Sparrow, when it hits me right, it actually heals my burn. So I got roasted, but then I got unroasted. I'm like, what? So maybe that might be a little clue what this team could be. So I'm sick of that Scummy Day. I'm going to set the Hail up again here. And now we've got the Salt falling. Unfortunately for me, the Darumaka, it still definitely has a chance of hitting me. And it's going to hit me with the Superpower this time. Obviously not wanting any, recall from the Flare Blitz. So that's the end of my Sandshrew Alola. Now, people have been wanting me to do a Sandshrew Alola sweep, a special attacking one. They only ask me this because they know that its special attack is absolute rubbish. So maybe one time I'll actually do that. I've actually tried it a couple of times, but no success. All right, so we got Sandslash Alola. This is definitely the best set on my team. Obviously, I had to have something like this because the other sets are, pretty bad, as you'll find out. And we're going to slide in there and go for a Earthquake outspeeding Darumaka. So this is a Slush Rush set with Icy Rock. Iron Head, Icicle Crash, Earthquake, and I thought I'd put on Focus Punch there for a little bit of fun. So Drifloon's going to come back in here. I do have Icicle Crash. That should easily take it out in one shot and outspeed it. If I miss Icicle Crash, though, I could get burned, so it is a little bit scary. So go for Icicle Crash, and it doesn't miss, thank goodness, and that is going to be the end of Drifloon. You know a Will-O-Wisp was coming my way then, so bye-bye. Glad that didn't land. Now, the next Pokemon to come out here is going to be Cherubi. So who knows what Cherubi's going to do. So I'm going to go for Icicle Crash here once again. I don't want to Dynamax just yet. I want to do it when the time's right. I was thinking maybe when the Hail runs out, and then I could set the Hail up again with the Icy Rock. That'd be smart in Dynamax. So their Hail is now gone. And the next Pokemon to come out here is going to be, it's Raspberry. I get it. Because of its head, the Raspberries. I think so. Anyway, Magby is going to utterly destroy me, so I got to swap out. I don't want to go for Dynamax. And we're going to bring in Sandshrew here. Now, the Magby's going to go for Fire Blast. They're going to slide on by, thank goodness. And now my Sandshrew has the opportunity to go for a Sand Tomb or a Sandstorm. I wasn't sure whether Magby would stay into this matchup, and I was correct. So it's going to be swapping out here, and I decided to go for the Sandstorm. So the Pokemon to come in here is going to be Swablu. So interesting. I wonder what this Swablu set is actually going to be. So setting up the Sandstorm, I've got the Sand Veil. So hopefully I can get some misses here. Maybe, you know. It's always the thing with those abilities. They can still actually hit you, and you've wasted your time giving it that ability. Then other times, it can miss all the time. You know, it's just one of the things. So we've got the Swablu going for a Cotton Guard there. I'm guessing this is like a bulky Everlight set. So I need to make sure I get a Toxic on this. At least get some sort of damage. Because I don't want to be swept by a Swablu there. I'll never hear the end of it. A Golden Swablu. Now, this is a troll set because I got the poison up, and so I thought, okay, this is going to be fine. I'm going to swap the Sandshrew out now, and then I can go into my Sandslash here, right? I may as well, because this Sandslash has got Sand Rush, you know. Now, this Sandslash, I'm getting my Sandshrews mixed up, is actually a special set. Now, it's got Ice Beam, unfortunately, and I swapped right into it. I was like, ouch, that sucks. So, Ice Beam is a 3-hit KO coming off Swablu's Thumping special attack. Now, this set has got Poison Jab. However, you notice there's no way to really boost its special attack outside of using Max Zoo. So I deliberately gave it Poison Jab so it would have a move in Dynamax to boost its special attack, which is going to be pretty fun. So this one was a Smooth Rock Sand Rush ability. I also had Stone Edge on there so I could actually get the sand going, and then I'd use Earth Power outside that once I got, you know, as many Max Oozes up as possible. A lot of the time, like, realistically, a lot of the time I'd have to use, like, 2 or 3 because its special attack is, like, kind of bad, you know? So the EV spread on this, I know you're curious. I've got max speed and max special attack, modest nature. So I had to put as many EVs into that as possible and, of course, want to, you know, have a positive special attacking nature. So we got a Jaboka Berry Swablu, and it wasn't even Everlight, and it fired off another Ice Beam there on my Sandslash. So I was like, this is definitely a troll set because this actually managed to get a Perishong off against me. So I went for the Max Ooze here. I knew that it wouldn't take it up, but I didn't care. I was like, it's fine. I can keep setting up with it. So the next hit's going to take it out. And then Swablu went for Perishong while I was in my Dynamax. So I eventually am going to need to swap out, which sucks. So I was like, man, at least I can probably do some damage to the next Pokemon. Like, at least I've taken 3 out, so I might be able to, you know, make use of its amazing special attack. So that's going to be the end of the Swablu, the Perishong Swablu with Cotton Guard. Very nice. And maybe it had, like, I'm trying to think what the other move it had on it. I don't know if I've seen them all. Maybe Roost, that'll work on it. Next Pokemon is Raspberry. I wasn't sure whether this would outspeed me or not, depending on what the set was. And it's going to outspeed me and use Clear Smog and get rid of all my stat boosts. That's just mean. So go for Max Quaking coming off the Earth Power. Since I am in Dynamax and I got a little bit of extra base power there, and Magby isn't exactly what you call bulky, it's still going to one-shot it. But it actually got rid of all the boosts that I got earlier on. So bye-bye Raspberry, little troll Pokemon. Now there's 1 Pokemon left. I still got 3. Things are looking pretty good right now. It's like nearly a full-on Little Cup team. And the next Pokemon is Oddish. So Oddish is the last Pokemon, and I noticed I haven't actually Dynamax yet. So Oddish is clearly going to be the Dynamax Pokemon. Now, Sandslash is going to get absolutely wrecked by any grass moves. So I thought, let's hit it as hard as I can with Earth Power. And, you know, it does some really good damage. Then again, you know, it is Oddish. Oddish is going to set up the Sunny Day. Now, that is going to increase Oddish's speed if it has Chlorophyll, which I'm I'm damn sure that it does, because otherwise the Oddish would have Dynamaxed this turn, right? Now we got the Oddish, and it's going to be hitting me with clearly a grass-type move. And if it is like I think it is, it's going to be setting up the grassy terrain at the same time. And, you know, Oddish's special attack isn't all that bad, you know. I mean, you could be worse. And it also has moves like any poison move will boost its special attack too. But I don't know whether it'll do that, because one, it doesn't have a lot of health left, and two, I've got like at least 2 Pokemon left that are, you know, weak to it. So there's the max overgrowth, and that's the end of my Sandslash. Bye-bye Sandslash. The thing is, if that Magby didn't use Clear Smog earlier on, I would have taken Oddish out, like, if it didn't remove those stats, which is interesting. So, bye-bye, Sandslash. Now, the next Pokemon I thought to swap in here would be Sandshrew. I don't want to swap in my Sandslash Alola just yet. I'd rather face that not in Dynamax if possible. So, I know this Sandshrew is specially defensive with Everlight, so I believe that I've got a good chance here at actually living this. That's if the, you know, the Oddish is not a physical set, which I don't have any idea what sort of set this actually would be. So here comes the Max over here. I'm getting ready to survive it, right? And it drops me. I'm like, damn, I wonder what that actually was. And it critted me. I was like, okay, I'm never going to know if it was a physical or special now, you know? So that's the end of my Sandshrew. And we got some more health recovery on the opposing Oddish. Maybe Copmeister will let me know in the comment section there what it was. I'm thinking, I don't know, I feel like it would be Solar Beam, because that works well with a sunny day, but I could, you know, I could be wrong. It could be Giga Drain too, but I believe it definitely is a special set. So here comes the Max Overgrowth on the Sandslash. I am going to obviously resist that, but boy, that did a lot of damage right there. Icicle Crash is going to be enough to take out the Dynamax Oddish, and that, my friends, is the game. So that Oddish really, like, you know, that destroyed most of my team right there, or half of my team. I was glad to get rid of that then. Imagine if I lost, if I missed with Icicle Crash, then lost. I would have been salty. All right, let's get on to battle number 2. And this one was against, how do I say this, for Mambo. And this was a 4v4 battle as well. And we're on the fiery field today. So the first Pokemon here is going to be Slurpuff. Now, my first Pokemon I've got here is my Sandshrew. And this is the Sandstorm Sandtomb set. So I thought, well, I might be able to, you know, set up on this Slurpuff. Let's see what it's going to do. So it's going to go for a Yawn here. So my Sandshrew is going to put it to sleep next turn. So I have to make sure I either swap or do a smart play here. So my first play I'm going to be setting up is a Sandstorm. And then I'm thinking to myself, well, if I trap this Slurpuff in, it won't be able to swap out and set up him. But it could have Belly Drum too. It's like, well, if it's got Belly Drum, it's pretty much all Ogre anyway. So let's go ahead and go for the Sandtomb, and let's see what sort of set it's going to be. So it's going to set up the Sticky Web there, and it's got the Yawn and Sticky Web. So, okay, maybe it just has to set up moves, and maybe it's only got like one attacking move or something like that. So I've already done a fair bit of damage to it already with the Sandtomb and the Sandstorm, and now Sandshrew is going to be put to sleep, which is okay, that's fine. Here comes the Play Rough. So Play Rough does virtually nothing to me there. It's about a 3 to 4 hit KO. So Sandshrew is fairly bulky. Like, I'm not even running like a tanky one in defense. It's just the you know, base of the Sandshrew and of course the Everlight. So some more damage with Sandtomb and another Play Rough coming my way. I can live one more after the next one, and I wake up and I get the Toxic off. So I'm like, okay, that's awesome. So that's going to be doing like triple damage to the Slurpuff now. So you've got the Sandstorm hitting it, and you've got the Sandtomb, and you've got the Toxic. I also have Rest on this set as well, so like it's not like I didn't anticipate having to go to sleep with the Sandshrew, which was okay too. Normally it just traps him in with those moves and then goes to sleep, and by the time the opponent's on a low amount of health, oh, it's woken up. And you might get a miss or two. And I did, I got a miss with Endeavor thanks to my ability Sand Veil, so that worked out absolutely perfect. So, you know, the Slurpuff was completely shut down there. Most of the times we would have won that matchup, but it's just I had all that stuff going at once, and I had the Sand Veil kick in too. So bye-bye Slurpuff. My team isn't overly fast anyway. The only thing that will probably like matter is on my Sandslash Alola for the Sticky Web too. Next Pokemon is Sableye. This was a bit of a problem because Sableye can be quite bulky, and this team isn't super strong, especially with a you know, prankster Will-O-Wisp Pokemon around. So straight away my Sandslash Alola is going to get shut down. So what am I going to be able to do here? So it's difficult, and you'd have to say that this probably does have Recover too. So first things first, I wanted to see what other moves that it got, whether it was just a standard Sableye set or there was a little bit more to it than that. Now it's going to go for Foul Play here, so it's used fairly standard moves so far, so Will-O-Wisp and Foul Play. Go for Sandtomb again. There's real no point swapping out here. I just want to get as much damage before fainting. Now Sableye is going to be trapped in the Sand Tomb, and it's done a fair bit of damage to it, so that's actually not too bad. I'm going to shake off the Taunt there. Oh, so it's got Taunt, Foul Play, and Will-O-Wisp. So it's got one other move. Now, looking at those 3 moves, it's got to have Recover. That would work good with that set. If it didn't, it just wouldn't work well with those moves. So next Pokemon is Sandslash. It's my special set. Time to see what other move that it's got. And I thought, you know what I'm going to do here? I'm going to Dynamax against this and use Max Ooze. That's the only way I can actually get around this. And then I might be able to hit them with a powerful special attacking move outside of Dynamax or maybe in Dynamax. But I feel like I'm going to need to get myself at least... Look, its special attack is horrendous already, even with Modest Nature. So I feel like if I can get at least 2, that would be good. Maybe 3 would be awesome because that means I'm actually hitting pretty hard then. So Dynamax Sandslash. I have to say, out of all the shiny Pokemon in the Sandshrew line, Sandslash is my favorite. That red just looks really good on the back of its spiny things. I don't know what they're called, but spiky things. So go for Max Ooze. It's going to do obviously 1 damage to Sableye, and now Sableye can easily just attack me or use Foul Play or anything like that. So I'm obviously already burned. This thing's going to burn every single one of my Pokemon as I send them out, and now they're going to go for the obvious Recover here. So it's just a typical stalling Sableye set here, so nothing out of this world. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to take advantage of it, going for that stalling moves there, and it can't really do anything to me at the moment, so I'm just going to set up 3 Max Oozes. That's the idea that I thought would be probably the best against it. And Sableye's special defense isn't really all that good. If you can hit it really hard on the special side, you can normally drop it in 1 shot if you're lucky. So here we go. We're going to go for Max Ooze number 3. And now I'm sort of all prepared to go for my attacking move against it. I've got my Stab Earth Power. Stone Edge is going to be completely useless as is Poison Jab. And Focus Miss, well, it's a Ghost type. So that's the only move I can use in this situation that's actually going to do anything, yeah? So now it's time to go for Earth Power. Sableye is going to go for Taunt, maybe expecting me to have like a special move or something like that. I went for the Earth Power here. Since I got +3 from the Dynamax, it ripped through the standard Sableye in 1 shot, which was pretty cool. So bye-bye Sableye. No more stalling there. I have got +3 now, which is going to enable me to get through probably the rest of this team. So next Pokemon is Durant here. Now, Durant's obviously going to outspeed me. And as soon as I see their train, I'm like, okay, they're going to try and set up with the last Pokemon. Because I know what their last Pokemon is from the team preview. And it was a very, very good counter to this team. So going for the Earth Power here on the Durant, and that's going to take it out in 1 shot. I had to pretty much attack that too because I didn't know, what sort of set it would actually be. If it was just a normal, not a normal Truant one, just a normal Hone Claw set. So now the Dugtree is going to come in here. It's got the Arena Trap, so I can't swap out. And since I've got Truant, they can go for Hone Claws and Protect over and over again. Pretty much what they did. I cut out a little bit here because it just went on for like 10 minutes because of the Protect and the Truant popping up. But it's very similar to what I did years and years ago with my Diglett sweep. If you've never seen that on YouTube, I did a Diglett sweep with this exact strategy or something similar to this anyway, but obviously not with such a powerful Pokemon. So we got, I don't even know how it uses Hone Claws either. It doesn't actually have any claws. So Dugtree, I think it's set up +6 for some reason. I think +2 would have been enough. And Sandslash ended up dying there purely to burn. So you can see how long it would have been setting up there against me. Next Pokemon is Sandshrew here. Obviously, Sandshrew is weak to ground-type moves. And since this is a special set, I think 1 Earthquake would have actually taken it out here. I don't even know if a +1... I think +1 would have actually taken it out too. Would have been pretty close. But yeah, that's the end of Sandslash. And my last Pokemon... Sorry, Sandshrew. And the last Pokemon is Sandslash Alola 2, which is weak to ground too. So I've got my last 2 Pokemon weak to ground. So it didn't even need +6 to actually take me out. And they're just going to Dynamax their Dugtree for some reason. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this team. I feel like if they didn't have the Truant, I don't think they would have got through my my Sandslash. I think I might have been able to actually beat that if they didn't have the Truant. But that's pretty much it. I was really impressed there by how good the special Sandslash went. One-shotting a bulky Sableye too is actually pretty nice. But it's pretty terrible at the same time that it doesn't have like a strong, powerful move. Like say if I had something better to boost my special attack, that would have been even better. Could have even been like a better sweeper. But maybe, I don't know, maybe I'll try a Sandslash special sweep sometime if I haven't already done one. It's hard to remember all the ones that I've done. Let's get on to battle number 3 here. This is against Roy. And we're on this big open grass stadium field in this battle. This is also a theme team as well. And of course, if you're enjoying the video, if you enjoy the theme teams, please leave a like there. Really appreciate that. It only takes 1 second. So Greedent's our first Pokemon, and I'm going to go for the Hail here with my Sandshrew Alola. I'm going to see if I can get some crazy little Snowcloak misses. Now, we got the Greedent going for Earthquake here, and Greedent still does a lot of damage there. I don't even know if that's got any attack investment, but still, it's doing like heaps and heaps of damage to me. Now, what I want to do here is hit it with as many seismic tosses as possible. That's all I can really do. It's the best damage I can do to it. I don't know whether it's going to have a berry either. That's another thing I've got to think about. So the Earthquake's going to miss there thanks to my Snowcloak, which is really cool. So that's going to allow me to land, like, another seismic toss on Greedent. So it's going to take, like, 2 more seismic tosses to take it out. Greedent's going to go for a Gyro Ball, and that's, even though that's just not going to do anything because I'm really slow and Greedent's really slow. So that does, like, I don't know, like 2 damage. I'm going to go for Seismic Toss again. First Greedent on the moon. And it's going to go down in the... Wait, it's going to go down in this one because of the hail, like this turn. So here comes another Earthquake there. And Sandshrew is going to be able to take it out just with the hail. So I reckon that if they went for Earthquake, then yeah, that would have got around my Sandshrew Alola. But that miss earlier on definitely did help. Next Pokemon is going to be Sandaconda. So Sandaconda's going to be Dynamax. So it's going to be a big Beyblade there. It's been a hot minute since I played with some Beyblades. Actually, the other day I seen some in the store. Maybe they're making like a resurgence or something like that. I'm not sure if anyone does play Beyblade. If you don't know what they are, there's like a little like spinning top, and you sort of wind them up and they spin really fast off like a I don't know what, like a little chain thing. Not a chain thing, like, I don't know what to call it. But anyway, yeah, back to the battle. We got the Sandaconda go for, I think it was a G-Max Sandblast or a ground type move, or Max Quake. And that's going to, the hail's going to stop anyway, which is fine because I was thinking to myself here, it does have, if it's got Sand Spit, that's actually going to help out my Sandshrew and Sandslash, so that's going to be pretty nice. Now it's going to go for Max Wormwind. What would that be coming off? Probably Dragon Tail, and that's not going to do a lot of damage to my Sandshrew. So I say they did that to, drop my attack stat. But that's fine. I'm going to go for a status move there. I love when Sandshrew attacks, it goes in a little ball. Actually might revisit Sandshrew for a sweep too, since I'm going to have a look at Sandshrew Alola. There's so many Pokemon sweeps I'd like to cover, but like what I do with Pokemon sweeps, I know a lot of people like to ask, like I like to put them on rotation. So I'll have a couple of goes at one, and then I'll go to the next Pokemon, the next Pokemon. That way I don't go burnt out doing one over and over again, because it can be very, very tedious. So I've got the Sand Spit activated on the Sandaconda, which is going to be very good. And I've got the Toxic going. And also, it's quite funny, I've got the Sand Tomb going at the same time, which is virtually what G-Max Sandaconda's G-Max move is. The same sort of effect, which is pretty funny. So that is the end of its Dynamax. It didn't really do too much in its Dynamax there. Now it's going to go for a Skitter Smack. That's not going to do a lot of damage to Sandshrew. And it's going to drop my Special Attack, which once again really isn't going to matter either, because I'm just running pretty much full support. So going for that Sand Tomb again, I got a crit. I was like, wait, why did I get so much damage there? And yeah, so we got that Toxic going here. This is only going to be around for about 2 or 3 more turns. Or sorry, 2 turns there after the Sand Tomb. Sand Tomb is really good. I really like trapping moves. They work so well on like bulky baby support Pokemon. And it's nice because you can take advantage of them if you know what their moves are too. So now we're going to go for Sand Tomb again on the Sandaconda. It's going to be fainting from the Toxic on the very, very next turn, which is... Oh, sorry, this turn because of the Sand Tomb. So bye-bye Big Snake. So that's Greedent and the Sandaconda down. So we've got 2 more Pokemon. I think this might have been a 4v4. I think it was a 4v4. So this is interesting. Next Pokemon here we got is the Abomasnow. So we've both got... It's interesting. We've both got our Sand Pokemon, and we've both got our Pokemon that likes Hail too. So here comes a Icy Wind that is going to put my Sandshrew right out of commission. So bye-bye Sandshrew. So both my Sandshrews are fainted. So the next Pokemon I thought I could bring in with Sandslash. I may as well because I've got Slush Rush fully activated. Now, I had a feeling here that they may go for a status move. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go for Focus Punch. Let's risk it. They popped a Ingrain, so I'm like, this is awesome. So since they didn't attack me and break my focus, I can go for Focus Punch right now at a thumping base power, and that is going to be enough to take Abomasnow out in one shot. That was brutal. So bye-bye Abomasnow. Now the next Pokemon, the last Pokemon to come out is going to be Snorlax. I'm like, well, I could go for a Focus Punch again, but they're going to know that I'm going to do that. Let's go for it again. They'll never expect 2 in a row, right? The Snorlax has popped a Belly Drum, and that's it. There's no way they're going to be able to leave a Belly Drum and the Focus Punch on top of that. What I was going to try and do is like Iron Head and Fleecher, but that wouldn't have taken Snorlax out, and then it would have had Belly Drum up, and I'd say a Berry, so that was very lucky. Hope you enjoyed the Sandshrew Evolution team. I'll be back maybe tomorrow for another Theme Team or video. Peace out, people.